We formed in the suburbs of Berkeley, California, and we've been together now for 5 years. And this is the most boring. No, I'm just kidding. No, Trey joined the band, and oh, what?
4 years ago.
4 years ago.
4 years ago, and we've been playing and touring and recording ever since. And here we are.
How about your background? What have you been listening to growing up?
A lot of bad rock music.
Yeah. Bad radio.
Yeah, we're like raised on radio. Raised on the radio.
I mean, we come from a town where there wasn't even a record store for years and years. And so if we wanted to hear bad music, we just had to turn on the radio, and if we wanted to hear good music, we just had to change the chords.
I think we need to thank college radio. That's, the only people that would play us. No kind of mainstream radio. They won't touch punk rock at all. They've been afraid of it for the past 20 years. But luckily now, they're starting to catch on.
They'll play things without guitar solos in them.
Yeah, I mean, the whole rock tangent thing, I think, is really going out. No one wants, I mean, just the whole generation, the attention span is like this small. So, I mean, I guess that's what our music is all about, short and fast and to the point, and about boredom and laziness and apathy rules. Fuck everybody.
Recognizing this attention around punk rock, or
I think, you know what, I think it's always been there. It's just a matter of who's interpreting it and where. And, if a couple bands at one time happen to get real big, everyone thinks it's a movement. I think it just happens to be that people are opening their ears a little bit more.
Well, it's, I can't recognize punk rock in a big mainstream point of view.
Yeah.
It's more of, I think it's more small communities of people, and it's meant to be underground. I mean, that's what it started out as, and then the media got a hold of it and, banged the shit out of it, and then now it went back in the underground in the 80s, and now it seems like it's starting to come out again because a couple of bands have signed to a major label. And, I'm not going to go around waving a punk rock flag. We we have an underground background to us, and now we're just trying something else. And, basically we're a rock and roll band, and we have underground influence.
I think punk rock is like, nowadays people are just like starting to listen to different kinds of music, and the choices they have are like, or like real music with guitars and drums and stuff. So it's like,
yeah, I mean, music itself is just kind of changing. I mean, I'm not saying that punk rock is the wave of something. By the time it hits like the major market, then true punk scene's probably changed a lot. I mean, underground people are doing completely different things. By the time anything hits major radio, it's changed a lot.
Really help the scene, the club scene?
I don't think so in the United States, because everywhere is 21 and older. You can't, or 18 and older. You can't go into a club unless you're 18 or 21 years old. And so there's a few places, like a lot of kids will run out halls, or have a club that they'll have together in a warehouse, which will last 2 months because it'll get busted by the police eventually, because they throw all this fire codes and all this red tape on top of the promoters, and it leaves with nothing.
They make it really difficult to hold all ages shows, and
yeah,
after a while 15 and 16-year-old kids can't put on shows there anymore.
We never played 21 and over shows. We refused to do it, and so then we make promoters like turn a bar into like a club for all ages for like just one night, and usually what they end up doing is kicking everyone out after a certain time, and it's like you got a bunch of jerks like that slang alcohol all the time, or sell alcohol all the time, like trying to make money off kids, and then complaining about they're not selling liquor and all this.
I mean, who wants to go
I wouldn't
to
say
a
that's
show?
healthy.
Especially in the United States, who wants to go to a show with a bunch of people on chemical beer? A bunch of like 29, 30, 40, 90-year-old people.
That's one thing.
Drinking and being violent or whatever.
Ever since I've been in Europe, I haven't had one hangover.
Yeah.
I've been drunk almost every single day, and I haven't had any hangovers yet.
No chemicals.
There's, the alcohol is a lot more natural out here.
Maybe you're just getting used to it.
yeah. No, because one American beer gives you a headache, and no kind of you're not drunk, but you get a headache. So off even one.
It's definitely it.
You could fuel like a lawnmower off Budweiser, I think.
This is your third record, is that right?
Yeah.
Yes.
The first one for a major label. Was this a change you were looking forward to making, or it just happened by accident, or what else?
It just happened by natural progression, I think. Like I said, it came to a point where 15 and 16-year-old kids couldn't put on our shows as much, and we were doing more damage to small clubs than we were doing good. By playing in small clubs, the police would become aware that these small shows were happening and things. And we're touring Europe. We wanted European distribution, and it's just another step that we're going to take in music. We want to experience all aspects of it. So.
It's not like something that we ever thought would happen.
Yeah. It's not something we aspired to do. It was just the next step.
We never thought we would be closing down a lot of small punk places either. It just happened that way. We never expected anything out of it except for to have a good time. When we found out that we were going to go on tour for the first time, we were like, hey, we made it. We're going to lose money, and our band's going to break down.
We're going to get sick.
We're going to get sick, but hey, we've made it. And then it's like, oh, wow, we have another record. Wow, we've really made it, Wow, thanks, Lookout Records, And then we end up, oh, wow, we're in Europe now, A couple of years ago, we're like, wow. And then, I don't know, now it's like, I don't know.
Just getting crazy.
Yeah. Like, things are way out of hand. No.
But as far as the States.
Now we're looking into a television camera.
Now you made it.
Wow.
Yeah. It's taking the soul from his body right now. Sucking.
Right.
The music that I like rock and roll in its rawest form, whether you want to call it punk or grunge or whatever. But I think it's positive, that musicians are actually playing instruments and, writing catchy songs, which you could say in any form of music, really, but just, we've got the punk rock label thrown on us, so.
How about the lyrics? Do you feel compelled in any way to be socially or politically aware in your lyrics, or you don't feel guilty talking about girls or beaches or surfing or whatever?
Well, I never stepped on a surfboard in my entire life, but I've never stepped on a girl in my entire life. But
never stepped on a politician.
Never stepped on a politician either.
If people can relate with the music, that's great. We sing about what relates to us. There's kind of personal politics involved, I guess. If we feel the need to write about something, then it'll happen. But for the most part, it's how you feel when you sit down and that song is written.
Wonder what Welcome to
This song's called Shit. This song is off our album called Dookie. This song's called Chump. you, but I think I heard it before. Yeah, baby, there's no one can separate. So you try to never get this guy down there. Well, I know what you're trying to say now, baby. Baby, touch you, I'm saying I'm a dead, but I'm all alone. That's what I'm saying, that's what I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. Let's go.
Same old shit in the house with unlocked doors, and I'm fucking late. When my lips that close my eyes, take me away to paradise. I'm sure that more I'm doing, and that I smell like shit. Fill me up, that spell roasting, and get me moving. I sure as hell can't do it by myself. Yeah, I'm feeling like a dog in heat, Lord and doors on the summer street. I locked the door to my own cell and I was okay.